Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, good afternoon. I hope you're still healthy and good. Everyone has experience or memorized, right? Whether it memories with your friends, with your family, with your girlfriend maybe if you have, or many more. The memories also must have a varied, from the funny, touching, and sad. Well, how an experience or unforgettable story, surely, my friends, all of you have one too, right? And in the following, I will tell a little about my experience and my activities maybe. So I hope you enjoyed with my story, and let's go. First, when I go fishing on Ramadan 2017, I was going to the lake. It was the nice time for the fishing because I had no work to do, and it's nice to do for ngabuburit with my friends in the evening. After we pray asar, me and my friends go to backyard. What we do? Yeah, we find some snails and worms, which used for the fishing bait. After that, I went to the lake to start fishing. At the lake, I look for the best point to fishing. I went to the place under the big tree, and then I threw my hook as far as I can. Then I wait for the fish eating my bait. After 30 minutes left, my hook was on. It was the first big enough fish that I got. And then at the finish, I got 10 big fish and 3 small fish at the day. I was so happy because this is my first time I got so many fish when I fishing. I will cook that fish at home, and then I will call my friends to come to my home. Then we will have to small party. But it was not lucky enough because on the way, when I go to home, I saw a beggar. He was an old poor beggar, and I gave some my fish to him, and I wish he would be happy getting that fish. Perhaps he could sell them at the market and get some money to buy some food maybe. Even I did not have any fish after that, but I was so happy because I could help people. Yeah, I think it is berbuat baik itu untuk siapa saja ya. And then and second, my experience when I go holiday with my friends to Bantul. A month before, we had a promise to take a vacation to Yogyakarta. My friend is Denny. We planned to go for the holiday because we have a long weekend. So I got idea, why we not go to holiday? Everyone will need a refreshing, right? So I decided to plan to there with Denny. That day was June 16 on 2017. A week before that, I had been preparing everything. Then at that day, we were ready for the holiday. At 5 p.m. in the evening, we went to the bus station. the bus would arrive at 6 p.m. and it took around 20 minutes walking from my home to the bus station. At the bus station, I took my ticket because last day I already reservation with the agent to go to Jogja for 2 persons. It took around 10 hours to go to Jogja from Tangerang by bus. And then we arrived in Jogja at 4 p.m. I had no fixed idea about the places at which I would visit. So I called my nephew to pick up our in Dongkelan Street. Tomorrow, 17 June, we walking around at Malioboro Street in the night, and we saw so many people in the street. Perhaps they did the same thing as I did, just walking, and sometimes stop at some street merchandise sellers, and then stop for get some pictures to post in Instagram. Oh, the Malioboro Street is so beautiful places for take a picture because, yeah, with the crowded people, but the building of in Malioboro is look classic, yeah. And then at 6 p.m. We was tired and hungry. We were at Alun-Alun Kidul, the south side of Yogyakarta Palace. We look around and find angkringan. I ordered for a glass of iced tea and ate some sego kucing. You know what is sego kucing? Everyone will be know what is the sego kucing. And also with sate and gorengan. In the Jogja, angkringan is the best choices if you don't have some money because they are cheapest and the taste is joss. After eating, we are preparing to back to my uncle's houses and take a rest. That was my story, which I will always remember about my holiday at Jogja. As the name suggests, special region of Yogyakarta, there is a place also special in my heart. And then it's my last story, my lazy day. Last weekend I spent all day laying on my bed. It was just like the lazy song by Bruno Mars. Maybe you know. Maybe you already hear the song. The lyrics like, Today I don't feel like do anything. But sometimes doing nothing was just something that we needed the most, especially after a long and super exhausted week at the office. And it was Sunday, and I woke up at 10 p.m. But before that, I already get up on 5 p.m. for a praying subuh, and then I go sleep again. I look around me and I saw a new comic book that I just bought yesterday. Laying next to my laptop, I try to drag it closer to me by using my foot. And then I pick it with my hand. I unwrap the comic and start reading it. When I just reached the middle of the story, I felt thirsty and hungry. So I got up of my super comfortable bed and I walked out the room. I walked down the stairs right to the kitchen. I opened the fridge and I found a bottle of milk. I opened the bottle and pour the milk into a glass. When I checked my refrigerator, I saw that I still have leftover Kentucky because last day I bought that in McDonald's and I decided to reheat in my pan. So I sat in the kitchen for a while waiting the chicken to be ready. When the chicken looks browny, I picked the chicken and put it on my plate with the rice also. And I took my milk and my chicken and brought them back into my room. I enjoyed the food and the milk and continue reading my comic book. After that, I decided to watch my favorite channel on YouTube, Korigor. Did you know who is man? Yeah, that is a toxic person in YouTube. But the channel is funny. I think he is a funny. So I set my portable laptop that's on my bed. In this way, I can watch my favorite show without having to leave my super cozy bed. Yeah, maybe just like that my story. I hope you enjoyed with my story. So, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.